the Graveyard Girls.
So yeah, we had your Boudica episode the other day.
Yeah, so
I really enjoyed that.
So did I. I'm quite enjoying this, the little history theme that we've... I mean, technically it's all history, but more historical cases rather than just general.
Yeah, mine's a history today as well.
Oh, see, I quite like this. I think we've both sort of enjoyed getting into this historical cases because there's so much history that I like to read up on and report on, but there's not necessarily a mystery involved with it.
Yeah, so we've come up with a little bit of an idea of what to do with the cases that we think are too short to release as a full episode of a podcast.
Yes. So I think we're going to release some shorter episodes and we're going to call them like history shorts, I think, or something along those lines. And it's basically little historical cases that we've picked up, not necessarily, it's not a mystery. It's more things in history that we've picked up on as we've gone along and that we find really interesting, that we sort of want to share and we think it's something that other people might be interested in.
It won't also just be history. It'll be...
we're going to go into different genres eventually, but I think because we've got quite a lot of historical stuff, we thought that's a good one to kick it off. So I think we'll look into like science. We've looked into witch trials because that's a brilliant one because that you can get so much off that, and there's not necessarily mysteries in some of them. It's more like a factual side, but you can't just put that all in one podcast. It's such a big area or like topic to cover that actually is doing a mini series on just that alone. It's a good way to do it. And same with science, you pick up random facts and you think, I really like this subject. It's not necessarily on its own, it's not enough to make a whole podcast around, but equally the same as it goes both ways. It's so vast that if you add more to it, it's too much to put in one episode. So by doing lots of mini episodes, we can get that content out there, and it's something we want to do and we're interested in. But
and we're going to do that on Patreon because so you can support us with doing that. You're going to get an extra 4 episodes a month. Yeah.
So our main cases, like the ones we're presenting now, they will remain free to everyone. But for those that are happy to support us and are really interested, I think it's worth it for these history cases because we're looking still for quite vague things that are not massively reported on. It's not... We'll touch on stuff that you do know about, but we're sort of looking for little bits that isn't common knowledge, if you like. So I feel like it's worth listening into those, just especially if you want to learn new things, like we do, because
or you have some interesting facts. You can tell people facts.
That's it, because even along this, there's so many little facts, and you think, okay, well, it's going to take me like a minute to tell that fact. I can't make a podcast around that necessarily. You can have a brief conversation. So I think that's another mini series we've looked into, is we'll sort of bundle together a few facts. We'll discuss those, because I think there'll be a few that will sort of shock each other with. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, lots of things I've come up with. I'm just like, not come up with. I found. It's just
I've seen a lot of hypothetical things as well that I know would give us both a good giggle. Yeah. So I feel like we could get some pretty good content out of that, and it's worth mentioning. But like I said, when we initially started this with the original case, I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't fit in that category, and. But I feel like it's worthwhile content. It's stuff that's worthwhile sharing. So it's how do we present that to everyone? And I feel that's where this mini-series sort of will lend itself.
Yeah, so you can support us by doing that. But also you can support us by just leaving a review on Spotify.
Yes,
Apple
ratings.
Podcasts. Yeah, ratings will help. Sharing it with people.
And we really appreciate that, because we've had a lot of people already sharing things with us, like even through stories. It's not like you got to make a big massive post on your page. It's just a quick share of one of the posts that we've made, and for us it's really helped us out in terms of gaining new followers, which is obviously what we want. And it's good to see that support. Like every time we see that a story's been shared or a post has been shared, we're like, oh, like it's good, like it is getting out there. It's positive to see for us.
Yeah, it feels like we're doing it, not something good, but it's like all our effort is providing you entertainment.
For us, like it was always going to be sort of, we've gone in it with a hobby, like it was something we wanted to do, whether it financially helped us or whether it was something that really took off. It was more we were kind of, to start off with, doing it for ourselves, but it was always in the back of our mind, like we hoped it would take off. That's what we wanted, but we'd always accepted that like we were doing this for fun. And I think it was then so nice to see that immediately actually we were getting quite a lot of like support for things, like the episodes were taking off. We were getting a hell of a lot more views at that beginning bit than what we were expecting.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That was nice. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No.
So no, it's been good, but we've got so many ideas, and I think that's the issue. I think we've got a regularly when we're going to release it. Like we could bombard you with absolutely everything, but I think it's being sensible, like pacing ourselves. There's a lot of ideas and a lot to come with what we've got.
Yeah, I'm excited for everything, but my most favourite, I'm not going to say what it is, but I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, and this is it. Like now we've already started putting together, like writing bits up and recording for like extra little bits, and like it's hard because we know this is doing now, but when you get this episode, like it's going to be, we probably may have even already released, or getting ready to release it, or like we're so many weeks ahead of you, and it's like I want to be like, oh yeah, we've done this, and like, oh wait, no, people don't know about that yet because we're recording in advance.
Yeah, we're doing it so far in advance so we can continue making content.
Yeah, and that's it, because especially we notice when we start putting out these mini-series, it's not like we're just working on these cases, we're working with other stuff, and eventually we want to obviously bring in things like merch and all that. That's a lot once you start adding that all together, and I think we've got to pace ourselves, so by getting ahead with some of our recordings, that then allows us a couple of weeks to then focus on something else. So when we want to do, like coming to like seasonal stuff, when we want to focus on a seasonal thing, if we're already so far ahead in recording, we can spend a few weeks focusing just on the seasonal stuff.
And also, it benefits us as well, because if we're having a bad mental health day,
that's it.
We're like, and just need a day. I can't do it today.
And this is it. And like, we all need a break anyway. Like you think in terms of work, like you want a week's holiday. So by us getting ahead, we can think, right, okay, we're good now. We're so many weeks ahead. If we want a week off to just chill and do whatever we want to do, there's not that pressure of us thinking, oh God, we've got to get this recorded by this day and then get it edited, and it makes it a bit easier on us. I think we're learning quite quickly what works for us.
Oh yeah, we're a 2-person team.
Yeah, and it's easier in a sense because there's two of us. Like there's lots of ideas to go together. We can help each other out when one gets stuck, but at the same time, there's still so much that goes into it. And because we're both complete amateurs, it's like literally we looked at it and thought, oh, actually, there's a lot more to this than what we originally thought. Like for me, like I'm relatively good with the whole social media side of things, but at the same time, like it's been a bit different with the podcast. Like for some of you that will already know, like I've got like Lego page link for that. The way that took off is very different to this, and I tried to apply the same sort of theory behind it, and to an extent it worked, but at the same time it didn't, and it was a bit frustrating for me because I was like, why are we not gaining this many followers? And like I'm trawling through hours trying to boost it. Yeah. And that was it. And it's not that it's not working, it's just we've gone for something completely different to what I was doing before. Yeah. And I think I kind of forget that a little bit sometimes, and it's sort of lending that to myself that actually it's not that we're doing anything wrong, it's just
different.
Yeah, we've got a different audience, and what we're doing is completely different from anything we've ever done before.
So yeah, that's what's coming up.
Yes.
I'm very excited for it.
I am. I think that's it. We've got so many ideas, and we're just like, I want to get them out there. We've got to do this.
We're going to do it. But right now,
yes,
jump into
your historical case. Back to your historical case.
It is and it isn't history. It's from World War II.
Oh, okay.
So technically history.
It's more as I quite like a war. Not because I like war, but I like war cases.
So I'm going to talk about the Polish war hero, Corporal Wojtek.
Okay.
So the name Wojtek means happy warrior, which is an old Slavic name that is still used in Poland today.
Oh, okay.
So you don't know Wojtek?
No, I don't. I haven't heard this one.
I only found it maybe 2 years ago. I had never heard of it before.
I think that's it. I think that's the one interesting thing. Like there's cases we know that have got big names, but there's others that I think you maybe might have roughly touched on them, but you don't necessarily associate them with something.
We wouldn't have learned about this in school.
Okay.
Because he's a Polish war hero. I don't think... Yeah, we would never...
We've just learned the generic stuff, haven't we?
Of war, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant of Corporal Wojtek.
No, I mean, like, in general, when you look at war, it's the stuff, the well-documented stuff. Not that the other stuff isn't well-documented, it's just not as mainstream, is it?
Wojtek ends up on some British TV show.
Oh, okay.
Towards the end of his life. But that would be before our time.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm interested. Okay.
I'll get into
I'll let you get on with your case.
So, in April 1942, the 22nd Artillery Supply Company of the Polish Army, who were known as Anders Army at this time, were making their way through the Iranian mountains from the Soviet Union to ally with the British in the Middle East. At a railroad station in Hamadan, Iran, on the 8th of April, Polish soldiers encountered a young boy with a young Wojtek. One of the civilian refugees that accompanied the soldiers who had been deported following the 1939 invasion of eastern Poland was very taken with Wojtek.
Okay.
So yes, little Wojtek, he's very sweet and very cute at this time. Okay, the person who was rather taken with young Wojtek was an 18-year-old Irina Bakajewicz, who was a great niece of a general of the Polish army, who fought for the Poland's independence, which he saw and witnessed the rebirth only to see the independence lost again.
Okay.
Irina prompted Lieutenant Anatol Tarnowicki to buy Wojtek, where he spent the next 3 months in a Polish refugee camp in Tehran under Irene's care. So she persuaded the army to overtake the care of Wojtek.
So is she kind of like a nurse?
She's just a refugee who's fleeing from the Soviet Union.
Right, okay. I just feel like she's got a bit of a nursey sort of vibe.
Well, because I think she's just...
I don't know if it's just the way you present, like she's took care of him, but...
Yeah, I think she felt like Wojtek needed to be taken care of.
Okay.
So yeah, he stayed in Tehran for 3 months under Irina's care, and then in August, he joined the 22nd Artillery Supply Company.
Okay.
So he's now joined the army.
Yeah.
So he's no longer with Irina. Wojtek was fed condensed milk from an old vodka bottle because obviously they didn't have the right supplies to feed a young Wojtek. He was given fruit, marmalade, honey and syrup and was often rewarded with beer, which became his favourite drink.
Oh.
Yeah. He later enjoyed cigarettes as well as drinking coffee in the morning.
I do like a coffee. I can't function without one.
He would sleep with the other soldiers if they were cold in the night, and he also enjoyed wrestling with them.
Okay.
He's getting stronger.
Yeah, I've got a few thoughts, but I want to let you carry on. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, don't ruin it. So yeah, he's learning to wrestle and learning to get stronger because he's now in the army.
Yeah.
He soon became the unofficial mascot to the units in the surrounding areas. And with the 22nd Company, he moved to Iraq and then through Syria to Palestine and Egypt. From Egypt, the Polish 2nd Corps were reassigned to fight alongside the British 8th Army in the Italian campaign. So regulations for the British transport ship forbade mascots aboard. So to get around this, Wojtek was officially drafted into the Polish army as a private.
Right, okay.
So he's part of the army, but he's not.
So they've almost sort of had to put him under an assumed identity in a sort of way.
So at the minute he's Private Wojtek.
Okay.
So now as an enlisted soldier with his own paybook, rank and serial number, he lived with the other men in tents or a special wooden crate as he was about 14 stone or 200 pounds. Okay. Wojtek helped his unit to convey ammunition by carrying 100-pound crates of artillery shells. He carried boxes that you usually required 4 men to carry.
Bloody hell.
So he's quite strong.
Yeah.
So this service at Monte Cassino earned him the promotion to rank of corporal.
Okay.
So you're probably wondering why Wojtek is so special just for carrying boxes around.
Yes, a little bit. I've got a few things in my head, but again, I feel like you're going to... I don't know if I'm massively off in a tangent in my head or if I'm just thinking something else, so I'm kind of interested to see what you come up with.
Well, Wojtek was a bear.
Right, okay. This is brilliant because in my head I was thinking a dog.
Okay.
I instantly thought an animal.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, no, a dog can't carry. And then I was thinking, a dog can't be 14 stone. And then I was thinking, was it a young boy who's grown into an adult?
Well, that's how I was trying to...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But when you started listening about the food and stuff, and then I was thinking, no, it sounds like a dog. But...
Well, that's why I was trying to write it so you think it's a human. And I'm just like...
Well, like I said, I instantly thought it was a dog. But then when you mentioned the 14 stone thing, I was thinking, maybe it was a boy, a young boy that's now a young adult, like a teenager.
It's a fucking bear.
A bear. I really like this. I'm glad. Like, so I kind of guessed it was an animal, but wouldn't have guessed a bear.
So Wojtek was a Syrian brown bear.
Right. I'm sorry. So he's like, because when you say like corporal and stuff, like I'm imagining a man. Does he get a little hat and a uniform?
No. I will show you the pictures of him.
Oh, brilliant.
He's adorable. I don't know when Paddington was written, but with the marmalade, I'm thinking.
But it's not going to be a little Paddington bear in a little coat,
no.
But
yeah,
it's got a little suitcase
Corporal
now.
Wojtek. When I was like writing this and rereading it to myself, I do well up a little bit near the end.
Oh no,
it's fine.
Because that was the other thing that threw me out about it being a person, was when you said that he appears on a TV show later. So I was like, maybe it could be a child that's grown up to do a TV. Because I was thinking, the dog's not going to do a TV show.
Well,
he could appear on one.
A dog would.
You know, like when you think of today, like army and like police dogs, like they get a medal and it does them like receiving their medal.
But think about our childhood and what TV shows have dogs on. I won't say anything.
Okay.
I'm not going to give it away, but that's what I kind of want to end on.
Okay.
Ish. So yeah, I'll continue with the story.
Sorry.
So he mimicked all the soldiers. He saw them lift crates, so he lifted crates.
Aww.
Apparently he was lazy and preferred to carry the empty ones.
Absolutely brilliant.
So imagine, you're in the middle of a war, and here's a bear just bringing you an empty crate. You're like, no, I need the one with the shells. Bless him. But he would carry the full ones if they were required.
That takes a hell of a lot of bloody training. How do you train a bear?
He just copied everyone.
Yeah, but how?
Because he's Wojtek. He's amazing.
I don't get it.
He would also copy them drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, but rather than smoking them, he ate them.
Oh, okay.
Lit cigarettes, he ate them.
Oh no. He's a fire-breathing dragon.
He even marched alongside them on his hind legs because he saw them do it.
Oh.
I know. I love this little bear.
I'm just thinking, like, what was he thinking? Like,
he probably just... the little boy that found him was obviously... Well, he's selling him.
Yeah.
So, because I think the little boy was hungry. And I think the Wojtek's mum was probably murdered.
Right.
Or abandoned.
Okay, so do you think maybe like before the war would have been part of some sort of circus sort of act, maybe?
Maybe, or they're just from the mountains of the local area.
Okay, yeah, thinking of the area, yeah. I didn't know if it'd come from like a travelling circus, and obviously war sort of breaks out and that thing sort of breaks down, doesn't it? So everyone's getting rid of everything. You've got to either dump everything and travel light, or you've got no money and you need to sell stuff in order to get resources.
So yes, theorised his mum's dead. So I'm thinking he's never seen another bear. He has seen another bear, but
not for a long time.
Not
since infancy.
He meets another bear later on in life, but I didn't include that in the story because they fight each other.
Oh no.
Wojtek wins.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So, but
I didn't know if he'd lose because he's like not really tamed as a bear, and
no.
The bear, I don't know, like gets his bear tactics on him.
He's wrestling all the soldiers. He's got
true.
Strength. He's drunk all the time, I think.
I'm still imagining him in a little uniform, but a jacket, but that's too small for him, and it's like his arms are bursting out with like all his fur and his fluff.
I think they used to, when he was younger, they used to put him inside their jackets, so you just see a little bear cub sticking out of your jacket.
But also, bears are fucking massive, so like I feel at some point that got quite dangerous. Like, were they not worried? Not that you turn on them, but that you just go a bit feral.
I think because he's never seen another bear. I think because he mimics all the humans, I think he thinks he's probably a human.
But did he not think it was weird that he can't speak English? Well, they're not speaking English, are they? But Polish.
Maybe he thinks he's speaking Polish when he's... he thinks he's speaking Polish. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I've got him in like a little coat. Like a little rain jacket with a little hood.
I'm going to show you the pictures of him because they're so sweet. Alright, I lost where I was.
Yeah, sorry. I distracted you massively.
No. In recognition of his popularity, a depiction of a bear carrying an artillery shell was adopted as the official emblem of the 22nd Company.
Okay.
So I think they still have it to this day.
Oh, okay. I suppose it's unusual for starters.
Oh, yeah. Because
they should have taught us this in school. I would have well loved this in school.
Imagine you're either on the enemy side or the Allies or the Axis side. Imagine seeing a bear in battle.
You're like, oh shit, this wasn't in the plans. No one warned us about this. We knew D-Day was coming, but a fucking bear.
So look at him. He's just that.
Oh, he's not as big as I thought.
I think he's still young here.
Oh, right, okay. Because I imagine him being like much bigger than people. Like if he stood up, he was like 7, nearly 8 foot. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I think he only gets to about 6 foot.
Oh, right, okay.
So these pictures are still quite young. He's so sweet. Right, I'm losing.
You can have a bear hug. When you sat in the wall, you had a bad day. Yeah. Your friend got shot. He's dead. Now we have a bear hug.
That's kind of what makes me cry.
Oh no.
They don't get into that specifically, but yeah, the way that they talk about him is just so sweet.
Oh, so it's like, yeah, he's just one of the other.
Yeah. See, I'm crying now. Right, at the end of the Second World War in 1945, Wojtek and the rest of the 22nd Company were transported to Berkshire, Scotland, where they were stationed at Winfield Airfield on Sunwick Farm. So obviously, Wojtek soon became popular with the locals and press. Polish and Scottish Association made him an honorary member.
Oh.
Yeah. Following the demobilisation of the 22nd Company on the 15th of November 1947, Wojtek was given to the Edinburgh Zoo, where he spent the rest of his life.
Well, I almost feel that was a bit more cruel than what he had before. Like, obviously, he didn't have freedom because he's fighting a war, but
yeah,
like he could roam around. Whereas, I heard they gave him a little like throne and like Marmite sandwiches.
Not Marmite, marmalade.
Marmalade. So why do you think Marmite? He is in the Marmite adverts now. Modern Paddington. They used him in one the other year.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I'm sure they did.
Well,
I know it was Marmalade in the original stories, but I'm talking like a couple of years ago. Someone made an advert and they added Paddington to the Marmite. I'm sure I did. I've probably made this up now and I've just lost my mind.
I don't remember. Are you just thinking because it's M?
Quite possibly. If anyone knows what I'm waffling on about, yeah.
Have a look on
can
YouTube
you please just confirm that I'm not as mad as what I originally thought?
So his his comrades never forgot him. They would visit him often and still give him cigarettes.
Oh.
There is a story that some of them jumped the enclosure and greeted him, much to the horror of the surrounding people.
Well, yeah, but that must be hard, because how do you put him in an enclosure after he's been with people all that time?
I know.
I feel like they could have at least, like, you know, a lot of these zoos have stately homes. Could they not let him live in there?
I know. Why couldn't he just live on that farm?
Yeah. Couldn't one of the army guys just took him?
So the thing I was hinting at, he was a frequent guest on Blue Peter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they get him in the studio?
I think... Oh, I don't know. I assume so.
Or did they go to visit him at the zoo? I think as a presenter I'd be kind of shitting myself though, thinking, I know he was tame for a while, but...
Oh, I just love the idea of a...
Did he get a Blue Peter badge?
I hope so.
Oh, yeah, I hope he did as well.
We'll see if we can find any videos of them being...
Yeah, and we'll add it. If we find it, I'll add it to like the Instagram page and stuff.
Yeah, we'll find the link. Yeah.
Yeah, or at least photos, yeah. I'll add it all in.
Wojtek died in December.
I mean, I know he's going to die. It's a long time ago, but how long do bears live for?
This is the thing. He died in December 1963 at the age of about 21 or 22, which is about the usual age for a bear. And given that I think he died of problems with his fix.
Hey, it's probably all them cigarettes, yeah.
Exactly. But given that, and he survived the war, he lived as long as he probably would have, if not longer, in the wild.
I kind of want a pet bear.
I would be the idiot that sees a bear in the wild.
You know how you can get miniature everything now?
Yeah.
Can we have a miniature bear?
As our little mascot.
Yeah, just have it here, like sit
carrying the empty crates. Because ours would be lazy.
Yeah, definitely would. Like, we'll be asking it for help on how to do stuff for the podcast, and it will just sit there and look at us.
I don't know what bears sound like.
Neither do I. Grizzly?
They just say grizzly.
Yeah.
Grizzly? I'm a grizzly bear.
Oh, I want a grizzly bear. There was a guy we went to college with, and he looked a bit like a bear. And he came in angry one day and went, "Oh, it's a grizzly bear today." I don't know what his name was, but...
Oh, he's not the one with the triangle.
Oh, no, not Triangle Man. No, that's a whole nother story.
Okay, I'll read a quote by one of his comrades. And this is where I might cry. Maybe, hopefully you cry, because I'm not alone in this. Okay.
I don't really get that emotional. Well, actually, that's the bullshit. But...
Okay, I'll begin. In times of great suffering, not just our terrible experiences in the USSR, but also our fear of the horrors of what was happening to our families back in Poland. Where did they live? When would we see them again? Wojtek the bear provided us with joy, comfort, and boosted our morale.
Oh, with his bear hugs.
Yeah. Why? I don't know, but he was real and he helped us. It's a bear.
I know, but I feel like he was terrifying and cute and cuddly all at the same time. As much as I want to cuddle him, I do think the first probably 10-15 minutes to spend with him, I'd be shitting my pants. Yeah. Thinking, what if he doesn't like me? He's going to have me for breakfast.
Oh, just give him some beer. He'll be fine. Oh, fuck, I'm still crying. I don't know why it makes me well up. Just think...
I just don't like the idea of them sending him to the zoo afterwards.
No, just think you have nothing. You have no idea what's going on with your family. And then there's bear. It's just... stumbling around carrying empty crates. Of course it's
so light-hearted and so weird all at the same time.
It's like a juxtaposition where you're in the throes of war and there's this cuddly scary thing,
but then also I think so many things were happening, like you're already a bit deranged. I think in a way, so maybe it almost seemed a bit normal in a strange way.
So I think he's still in the hearts of the Polish people, because in November 2011 they celebrated his memory with a parade.
Oh,
and we even have monuments dedicated to him here in the UK.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, so they're nowhere near us. I don't think. Okay. But yeah, we could go find them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the story of...
It's weird. Yeah, it is. It's a bit sad. I don't like... in a way, like, it's good that he lived out his years, but I also don't like the fact that they put him in a zoo.
No.
Like, I know it sounds horrible and a bit cruel, but if someone wasn't going to take him home, I felt like they maybe should have ended it there after the war. I know you don't like that, Natasha, but I don't like the idea of he had lots of friends in the war, even though it was a war, and then they've just put him in a little enclosure somewhere. Yeah, I feel like that's more cruel.
If they left him on the farm in Scotland, that would have been...
with some human friends.
Yeah, he could still interact with humans, because I don't know if I'm assuming he was alone in the enclosure.
Yeah, because they couldn't have put him necessarily in with other bears.
No.
Because he wouldn't naturally be used to being with them.
No.
So if he didn't attack them, he would become prey, if you like, because he's not got that natural instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know there's an element of they've lost that anyway, anything in captivity, but it's like he wouldn't fit in. He's not acting like a bear, is he?
Like I said, there is a story that he met another bear and they fought and the other bear lost.
Oh.
So I think he still has that instinct. No, I think it just
injured.
Yeah. And there's stories of the bear would pull his punches or his weight when he was fighting his friends. But with that bear, he obviously fought.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one because they obviously didn't use him as a weapon, but they kind of have at the same time. Like, I feel like he should have just been left to do his own thing. Like,
he might have been, if he was left, he might have died.
Yeah, but also I feel like, as good as it was for the soldiers, it's a bit weird. Like, they took him out, like, he was not doing what he should have been doing.
So they didn't take him out, so therefore I can see why they would have taken him, because he was already out of his natural habitat, because the boy
I suppose
took him.
It's just an odd thing. Like, how did someone think, right, okay, we're going to take a bear with us?
Yeah, so the boy has...
Because, like, the dogs and the horses make sense, but he thinks, I'll just take a bear. Also, did they have any dogs and horses? Because I feel like the bear would have probably attacked a dog or a horse. So how did they segregate them?
I don't... Maybe not, because they wouldn't let the bear on the ship unless he was... Because he was counted as a mascot at that time. So maybe...
Okay.
No, they wouldn't let animals on the ship. Animals or mascots.
Oh, right, okay. Because I know it was more, they used animals more in the First World War, but there was still an element of them in the Second World War. Because I'm sure they used some of them as, like, messengers and, like...
Probably more dogs than horses, but I think they're already there rather than they ship them.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's Wojtek, the bear who made me cry.
Yeah, I know. It's an interesting one, isn't it?
Well, that's what I thought.
It's not one I was expecting.
I have mentioned it to you one time, and I was like, please do not remember this name.
I do remember stuff about a bear, but I don't know why. I don't remember it being in the war. I remember it being a history thing, but I don't know why I don't remember it being in the war. So I don't know what I thought you told me, but something else entirely. But yeah, no. Well, I think we've had two very interesting cases this week. It's a bit different from what we've done so far.
I think They're a little light-hearted this week.
Yeah.
Apart from the boobs in the mouth.
It's a bit strange.
I guess that could be light-hearted. But not decapitated boobs? Lobbed off boobs.
Yeah, what is it? Is it just removed? Is it...
Severed boobs?
Yeah, there we go. We'll roll over that.
I prefer the bear.
Yeah.
Even though it did make me cry.
Yeah, no, I just feel a bit sorry for the bear. Like, he obviously didn't feel...
Suffer.
Yeah.
No.
But at the same time, I feel a bit sorry for him because I feel like he shouldn't have been doing that in the first place.
No.
Not that any animal should be dragged into anything, but I don't know.
That's the whole argument for war. If there was no war, the Polish people wouldn't have been there. The Polish army wouldn't have been there. The boy probably wouldn't have found a bear cub who was probably murdered by Russians.
Yeah, true.
Or whoever killed the mother bear.
But yeah, no, it's like I say, it's different this week. Bit sad, but also I don't know. I think. Oh no, I can't think. I've had another brain fart. I don't know how to end this.
No, me neither.
Oh, fuck.
So yeah, that's today's episode. We hope you
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
because it's been an unusual one, hasn't it? 2 unusual stories.
I hope I wrote it in a way that
it kept you guessing.
Yeah. Until next week. Keep creeping.
And we'll keep digging.
I forgot what I was going to say.